she'd be what happened to her, and she'd be laughing, kind of, you know, through the story as she was telling us, because. And so it was. I think a lot of it is a coping mechanism.
Just one thing I want to say is that although laughing through the seriousness, there is this darkness, and I thought it was just very compelling. And I think that you do have some commercial value here to reach to many audiences, and I was very moved, and I am now. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm from Montreal, so I kind of grew up as a kid reading kind of Nicole Demers stories in the Gazette about his daughter Melissa and all the stuff that she went through. So I guess one of the things I wanted to ask you was, you know, like, was it easy to get hold of all the other people you interviewed for the story? You know, anything like that? I guess you were all happy to participate.
Well, I hadn't been very, I mean, I talked to Courtney more than Eric and Melissa. We'd done some music together, but we were all pretty distant. And that in the process of the documentary, that's how we sort of reunited with, well, as far as Eric just, you know, emailing and with the producers, and then it would put us together, we'd have lunch. And then with Melissa, going to see Melissa's solo band, and then, you know, putting her in touch with David and Todd, and then, so over the years, it sort of brought us all back together as far as, you know, we speak to each other now, you know, whereas we didn't for a long time.
And they're, all of them are going to be at our New York screening, so we're going to see how that goes.
First time in 13 years, first time since Patty walked out of the studio, that all 4 members will be in the same room together when we screen at the Museum of Modern Art. So that should be an interesting Q&A.
Checking out the news.
But also, I think, you know, a lot of what happened in terms of getting access to the people that we interviewed came through kind of Patty and Christina making a connection to them for us, and then we would kind of run with it and do it on our own to keep that distance about the idea that we were really filmmakers making a movie about Patty. And Todd and I did it as a small 2-person crew in most cases, so we would go into the room, just the 2 of us, camera, me asking all the questions, and so it created kind of an intimate environment where we felt like people really gave us the answers and talked to us as though we were just having conversations. So also, I think when we first started, I think that for Patty, she was dealing with a lot of kind of embarrassment about what had happened in the past, and was afraid that a lot of people wouldn't want to talk to us. And the truth is that there's so much generosity towards her. There are so many people who are so happy that she's doing well that they really, you know, we'd make a phone call and say, would you be willing to talk to us? And they'd say, for Patty, anything. So Courtney and Eric gifted all of the music to the movie. They gave us all free music.
Speaking of music, I just want to shout out how delighted we were with Roddy's score.
Look, I'm very glad that Patty's alive. I'm very glad that Roddy and Patty are still friends. But I want to talk a little bit about the movie, because I loved the movie.
You were in the movie at one point.
The structure, some structure questions. The animation and then going into the real time of the person speaking. Where did that come about? That's question 1. And question 2 is this wonderful history of female drummers going back and finding the Fanny drummer. And she turns out to be a big old dyke, and she talks about it. I mean, so could you talk a little bit about how it wasn't just Patty's awful story and survival, it was these other things which are so much about rock and roll too.
Thank you. And the thing that happened with the 4 quadrants first was that we really felt like we were going into a period in the film. There's a lot of stuff where we have archival footage, and inside of that period, we actually had very little additional footage to show. And we also felt like it was kind of a bit of a Rashomon delay of, whose opinion is going to come through, who do you want to hear from at what moment. And we were toying with a bunch of different ideas about it, and Todd literally just one day said, what do you think of this? And he put together that amazing sort of, black and white treatment of, the different quadrants, and then people, popping out from it. And then also, and same thing, he came up with the design for the sequence when Patty's just drumming and drumming and drumming and drumming on the side when talking about the whole issue that went on with Celebrity Skin. So they were both kind of things that Todd came up with in the editing process.